Let's begin. See Brian Cole here this morning. Would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Brian?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the June 2nd, 2016 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I'm currently serving as chair this morning alongside Mr. Kevin Cook.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
I guess it's up to us.
First item, please.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
Are there questions or comments about the consent agenda?
I would move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 2 to 0. Old habits. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioner, this morning we have one set of vouchers dated June 1st, 2016, in the total amount of $1,354,906.57. Significant items of the vouchers include holding accounts of $107,000, health insurance $180,000, sales tax of $644,000. I've reviewed the vouchers and make a motion to approve as presented.
I guess it's up to me to second.
Yes, sir.
So second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 2 to 0. Next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll make a motion to approve the correction orders.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 2 to 0. Next item, please.
Item B, Kansas Expo Center number 1, consider approval of request for capital expenditures in a total amount of $18,008.36 for the following. A, 125 tons of rock to build a road to the area where dirt is kept south of the Expo Center parking lot for the Capital City Carnage Show in an amount of $2,123.36. And B, emergency repair to one HVAC unit on Heritage Hall in an amount of $15,885.
Good morning, Commissioners. Hans Ziska, Director of Operations for the Kansas Expo Center.
Good morning.
Good morning. The first item is, it says here it was for the Capital City Carnage Show, but the reason I'm asking for capital expenditure funds is that it's actually a road that we built out to our dirt storage area so that we can access it even when, leading up to the Capital City Carnage, we got a lot of rain. And so it wasn't accessible by heavy equipment because it would have just tore the area up and they would have gotten stuck. Dump trucks would have been getting stuck. So I had to make a decision overnight that night when we were continuing to get rain to go ahead and haul in 125 tons of rock and build a road out to the storage piles. The reason I'm asking for capital expenditure funds for this is because we actually use this dirt for a lot more than just demolition derby. There's also another dirt pile stored in the same area. There's 2 sort of mounds of dirt, and we use it for all of our other dirt shows as well. Motor shows, livestock shows in the arena. So the dirt is actually used for several of our events. So I'm asking for approval for $2,123.36 for that expense.
Questions, Commissioner?
Just briefly, Hans, the dirt that we're piling up, we're not piling it up against the new fence that we just had built, are we?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I know that was a concern with where we used to pile up the dirt, and what had caused the fence to rot out previously was where they had piled the dirt.
We've moved it from there and we've condensed it all into one area. It's graded into nice round mounds, so it's basically just moguls of dirt that we store where we store it right now, south of our parking lot.
That was the only question I had, and so I would move for.
It's a two item. So you want to they want to speak of the next one, if you could
Yep.
make it one motion,
Sure.
and, I'm sorry.
You want to vote on both at the same time, or?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can go ahead and present on the second item if you want.
Second item was, when our we have two HVAC units that run, two 25-ton HVAC units that run Heritage Hall. When one of them fired up for the first time this spring, a relay shorted out and ended up spinning the compressor, which is the main component to an HVAC unit that compresses compresses the freon and creates the cool air. So it was basically non-functioning, we're leading into a really heavy wedding season. We actually had 2 weddings in that building the next weekend. So Monday when I got the news, I called Stan Euler. He told me to get another bid. The second bid came in from Samco. PCI and Samco both bid on it. PCI was the one that diagnosed the issue. Their bids were very similar. Since PCI had already dug into the machine, I went ahead and awarded them the project. The total cost of the project was $15,885. So I'm asking for approval to put that repair on our capital expenditure fund.
And your second still stands?
Second still stands.
Motion, sorry. And I'll second, note that these demolition derbies are becoming premier events
Yep.
at the Expo Center, and we have pay-per-view, and you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
The demolition derbies are
Yes.
becoming very popular. Yes, they are. Oddly enough, right now there are marquee events. They're a new event to me. I've never done them before. I'm new to the Expo Center, obviously, but they are very entertaining events and very popular and quite lucrative from a food and beverage standpoint because they run for a long time and the people hang out and drink plenty of carbonated beverages and they have a good time. So and they spend a lot of money in the community outside of our facility as well. So.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Hen. Motion made by Commissioner Cook and seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 2-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, consider approval of request to solicit bids for 2 forklifts.
This item is a similar request as we just are in the process of completing with our skid steers. Our forklifts are also in disrepair and starting to get unsafe to operate. They're very old. They're in need of replacement. What I would like to do is I would like to go through the same RFP process with the county administration office and get a couple of different concepts similar to what we did with the skid steers of trading in our old forklifts and either the option to buy or the option to use municipal leasing programs that are actually at a discounted rate, which also makes sense in this area of equipment, and I'm asking for the Commission's approval to proceed with that RFP process.
Questions, Commissioner?
I think this made sense when we looked at it for the other equipment. It makes sense for this as well. I think this is a way we can make sure we have quality equipment, it's safe. Price is always a factor. I would motion to approve the request to investigate, solicit proposals for the forklifts.
And I'll second and agree with you. It is the right financial approach. So, motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 2-0.
Thank you very much.
Next item, please.
Item C, audit finance. Number 1, consider approval of a request to sell a rolling shelving unit through public surplus by the health agency.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michelle Hanshaw with Purchasing Department. The shelves that they want to get rid of, the local health that's staying at the health department doesn't want them and would like them removed before they move to the new building. We normally sell on Purple Wave, but public surplus will be a lot faster. So,
And we've offered these to other departments within the
Right.
county, and we had no takers.
right.
Okay. Commissioner Cook, any questions?
Looks like a deal for you, Commissioner Archer. I know everybody needs rolling shelves in their house.
Well, these are the kind that hook into the floor, so it might cost you a little bit to get them down there.
Sounds like an improvement, as Steve Bauman might say.
Yeah.
So I would move that we approve the request to sell these through public surplus. I understand the need to go through public surplus as opposed to Purple Wave which we have been using.
And I'll second. Motion made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no, and motion carries 2-0. Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
item, please.
Item D, Emergency Management, number 1, consider appointment of Jennifer Renee Wilson, Director of Stormont Vale's Emergency Department, to the Ambulance Advisory Board with a term expiring June 11th, 2018.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelson Castle Ambulance. Angela Gamber, who serves as the Administrative Director of Trauma and Emergency Services Stormont Vale, has resigned her position effective after the June 29th meeting. The Executive Officer of Stormont Vale asked that Ms. Wilson be appointed to that position. In her place, she would fill the unexpired term. They serve 3-year terms, and they're staggered so that we only replace only replace 2 members every year. And I'd like to publicly thank Angela Gamber and Stormont Vale for her over 4 years of service. She served on the board since this new board under Resolution 2012-59 was formulated. She served on the RFP Committee and the RFP Evaluation Committee, and we thank her and Stormont Vale for her service to Shawnee County. This will not be the last reappointment. We'll have one next Thursday on the agenda for the Rural Fire Representative, which will be Chief Carl McNorton, and that should put the board back to full capacity.
Thank you, Nelson. I have no questions. I'll make a motion to approve the appointment.
I'll second and also thank Angela Gamber for her service. She was an instrumental part of the Ambulance Advisory Board when I've had the opportunity to serve, and also her service on the RFP Committee. So, second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 2-0. Thank you, Nelson. Next item, please.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
Are there anyone for administrative communications? I would like to ask Tom to come out.
I knew you were going to do that. Tom Blank with Public Works and Solid Waste. This is the first Saturday of the month, and just a reminder that Solid Waste will be having its household hazardous waste Saturday collection event this Saturday from 9 to noon at our household hazardous waste facility, which is located at 131 Northeast 46th Street, which is about a quarter mile east of the roundabout at Northwest 46 and Topeka Boulevard. And again, it's free to county residents, and we will collect old oil, herbicides, pesticides, light bulbs, batteries, anything that has a hazardous material in the household, free of charge for county residents.
Excellent. Thank you, Tom. I see Matt Pavarnik in the audience, and I'd like for him to come up. I don't want the headline in the Capital Journal to be about us selling these rolling shelves. And I do know, and this is Matt's first meeting of the County Commission, and for those of you who don't know him, and there's probably one or two in the room that don't know Matt, he is the new President and CEO of Go Topeka and the Chamber of Commerce, and an exciting young leader in our community. So make a headline for us this morning, Matt.
Could the headline be that you said I was young? Because I would love for my wife to hear that. Well, thank you for letting me come up just for a moment. My schedule's just been nuts, and I finally blocked these off on my calendar, and this is the first one I was able to make. I'm going to give Commissioner Bueller a hard time because she's been asking me to come to these, and I come and she's noticeably absent. But Commissioner Archer and Commissioner Cook, I appreciate your leadership in the community. I just wanted to mention a couple of things while I was here. First is there's been a little bit of a roller coaster in Topeka in the last few weeks. First we were able to announce a significant expansion with SE2 and 200 jobs averaging $52,000 a year. And then just a week later, we were able to announce about 30 jobs and a significant capital investment from a manufacturing facility in a company out of Japan called Futamura. Their CEOs are actually in town today visiting that location, and we're really looking forward to the capital improvements that they're going to put into that facility. Just a week ago, it was announced that one of our hospitals, St. Francis, is really looking for a new suitor, and we're also excited about that. We think that that is an opportunity. That hospital's been in our community since 1909, and we feel we're really looking forward to a great operator coming in and doing some great things with St. Francis. So optimistic about that. And then this week, I think it's been a lot in the news about Westar. And we've been holding our breath a little bit on Westar in that industry. Economies of scale and bigger organizations seem to prevail, and partnerships, and we are really breathing a sigh of relief right now. And that sigh of relief is really that Great Plains Energy and Kansas City Power and Light are very natural partners to Kansas and to Topeka. And so we are in constant contact with Westar and with Great Plains. We feel very good about their commitment to the state of Kansas, and we feel really good about their commitment to Topeka and to their downtown presence, to their philanthropic giving in the community. And so we're optimistic about that, and we feel like that this is really the best case scenario for Westar to be in partnership with an organization that has shown great commitment to Kansas, and also is showing a future commitment to Topeka. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm going to run out of here because I just got a text. I told Commissioner Archer, I just received a text that there's a company that is looking to expand and create some more jobs, and they would like to meet with me at 9:30, and I'm not going to pass that opportunity up. So thank you very much.
I don't think you should.
Okay.
Thank you so
All right.
much for being here
Thanks,
this morning,
Commissioner
Matt.
Archer. Thanks, Commissioner Cook.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Knight, Parks and Recreation. I don't have anything to that would trump Matt's headline stories here, because my story is probably going to require some research from the local media here. Yesterday, the Shawnee County Baseball Hall of Fame announced its next class of inductees into the Shawnee County Baseball Hall of Fame. And again, I was omitted from that list. How they can have a 215 hitting backup bullpen catcher not even get any votes, I'm not quite sure. Somebody probably needs to look into that. But the committee did. They made the announcements yesterday, and Bob Davis, the longtime announcer for the Kansas Jayhawks, is one of the people going in. Claude Hayes, Lonnie Kruger, Charlie Lord, Harold North, Jay Sutton, Jerry Robertson. And then they're going to induct a team to the 1961 Topeka Reds, which was the last professional team before the train robbers started here. They'll have a big ceremony. They announced that class, but they'll have another big ceremony July the 11th out at the Bettis Family Sports Complex, and you can get tickets through our office or several other locations around, one of those being the Apple Market here in Topeka. The other thing I'd like to announce is, since we don't have a meeting on Monday, this coming a week from today, we're going to have a recognition, a dedication type ceremony at the what was formerly the Dornwood Baseball Complex, which is now the Topeka Baseball and Softball Association Complex. Next Thursday at 6 o'clock, we'll be holding a recognition ceremony out there and it'll be more than just the people who are responsible for this renovation thing. We're also going to work in some history, because this organization has close to 75 years worth of history, and a lot of people have put in time, energy, and their own personal money into getting it where it is today. So, thank you.
Thank you, John. Are there others? Okay. Commissioner Cook?
German Fest this weekend. Make sure that if you have a yearning for some bratwurst or some Strausskrudel, go on down to Oakland. I'm sure that it's always a good time.
Thank you. The only announcement I have is that we will not be meeting on Monday, and our next meeting obviously will be next Thursday. Next item.
Item 6, executive session.
There's not a need for an executive session today, so we are adjourned. Thank you.